Oh yeah. Wyatt begins in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo! Welcome to Wyatt! And I'm your host, Wyatt O'Brien Evans. Woof! God damn it, woof, 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 woof. Hey! Happy New Year, everybody! Let's make 2026 a shiny, sterling, and successful new year. We can do it! We can do it, and we gonna do it. Anywho, to all my YouTubers out there, if you like what you hear and if you like what you see, then click all of them subscribe buttons at the bottoms of all of your screens. And because I knows you loves me, I know you do, I know you do, I know you do, then give me some likes. And because I like to know all the time what you are thinking, send me some feedback because that's always greatly appreciated. It is. Anywho, Wyatt kicks off the new year by traveling to Tanzania to visit Omary Baajun, the acclaimed and award-winning and renowned trans woman and non-binary poet, storyteller, and human rights defender. Now, this fierce warrior has a riveting and compelling story to tell us, so let's get into it. So, without further ado, Wyatt is proud to welcome Omary Baajun, the acclaimed trans woman and non-binary poet, storyteller, and human rights defender. Talk at me, my friend. How are you today?
I'm very fine, Vince. I'm very fine.
Great. You know what? I'm glad to have you on, Wyatt. And I'm shining a bright light of excellence and resilience on the podcast by having you as my first guest for 2026. So again, thank you for being here.
Thank you too. I'm very glad and I appreciate that.
Sure, no problem. As I stated at the top of the show, you are a trans woman and non-binary poet, storyteller, and human rights defender. You're also the founder of Gender Hub Tanzania, the intersectional feminist organization dedicated to advancing gender equality, equity, and women's LGBTQ rights through art and culture, exploration, education, innovation, and research. Now, tell us, Beijun, precisely what all that means and what motivated you to create Gender Hub Tanzania.
Well, thank you so much, Evans. The inspiration story behind Gender Hub Tanzania is all about exploring queer lives and lifestyle in Dar es Salaam as the main city here in Tanzania, the urban life of queer people and all that, and how can we, as urban people and youth, can amplify our voices and influence change over whole country. So Gender Hub is a youth-led feminist organization that brings together queer innovators, queer artists, queer creators, queer entrepreneurs, and all queer creatives around the country to amplify our voices, but also to say out louder about our rights exist and all that. So it's a feminist organization that exists here and it's a youth-led, and we are proud of it.
Well, you have a lot to be proud of, and that's one heck of a mission. Now, Beijun, you've stated, and I quote, I turn art and storytelling into advocacy, carving spaces where the invisible are seen and the unheard are amplified, end quote. Elaborate on that.
Yes, actually, Gender Hub Tanzania is not just an organization. It's a platform. It's a stage for performances. It's a creative hub. It's a creative space where creators and innovators come together, innovate, brainstorm, give ideas. So it's more than an organization. It's a platform for advocacy. It's a platform for dialogue, policy dialogues we do here. It's a creative hub for innovation and recreation and all that. So it's a place where we can get everything that involves human evolve queer being in a sense that we contribute in every
Okay.
aspect of life and development.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Um, you've transformed art and storytelling into advocacy with your most recent poetry collection titled Olives, Watermelon, and Kufiyyeh. Give us a 25 word or less synopsis. What is it all about?
Well, my book is called Always with a Million in Kufiyyeh, and it's all about advocating for peace around the world, especially the queer people that are existing in Palestine and all that. So I thought about writing this book as part of the program and projects that we're doing in Gender Hub to promote peace, to remember our queer brothers and sisters who are existing in war zones and areas around the world. So that's why I wrote the book, to amplify our voices about that part of peace building in Palestine. Yes.
Wow, that's one hell of an undertaking. Beijun, for those of us who may not know, what is a keffiyeh?
Well, a kafia is I don't know, is a head cover that most of the Arab countries are wearing to cover the head. So it's something like they cover the hair. That's a kafia. It's a name for Arabic, a piece of cloth that they wear. They cover the heads.
Ah, okay. You know what? A title can make or break a book, and it can really help sell it. So, what's the meaning behind the title of your collection of poetry?
Well, I want to preserve this history. And if you see from the title, all I mentioned because there are a lot, keys and all that. They are the signs, very important signs in Palestine history and culture, starting from watermelon itself, olive and kafia. They are all signs, the culture and historical signs of the state of Palestine. So I chose them to remember and to remind people that is this culture, Palestinian culture, existing and it should not be erased.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, my friend, a little bit later in the show, we're going to do a deep dive into olives, watermelon, and kefir, along with We're Not Criminals, your trilogy of poetry short films that boldly call for dignity, visibility, and equal rights for those pushed to the margins. And We're Not Criminals won the Best Short Film Series at the 2025 Our Pride Short Film Festival, and Rainbow Advocacy and LGBTQ plus civil rights, social action, and advocacy nonprofit organization produced a film festival. But for now, let's travel through the corridors of time so that our audience can learn all about your beginnings. Because we at Wyatt, the Wyatt podcast, are nosy like that. We like to know what's up with you. So tell us, please, where were you born and raised?
Come again, please.
Yeah, where were you born and raised?
Well, I'm urban boy. I was born in Dar es Salaam, and this is the reason why I call it Jendar, because it's a city I was born. We believe every revolution began from the city, and we are we are the revolutionaries. So I was born in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, but my parents and my grandparents are from Zanzibar. So
Okay.
yes, it's all Tanzania. It's all Tanzania.
Ah, okay. Now, I'd like to ask my guest this question. So I'm going to ask you, what was Beijun like as a child? Give us like three characteristics that best describe you.
Bajun Bajun as a child was a person who was very challenging, very questionable. Like she wasn't be able to to accept things, and she was very
Oh,
questioning and
really?
all that. Yes,
Oh,
and she
okay.
was yes, and she was very She was very proud of himself by the time before identifying myself as a trans woman. And I feel like it's a history that I am very proud of it. Like it's a very challenging, a very questioning key that was.
So you are a leader and not a follower. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're just a dynamic personality, and you're a
Yes.
leader. You tell people what to do. Okay, anyway, um, let's discuss life in Tanzania for LGBTQ plus citizens. Homosexuality is illegal in your country, and the punishments can include up to life in prison for same sex acts. There's no legal recognition for same sex marriage or protections against discrimination for LGBTQ plus individuals. So, Beijun, what compelled you to become an advocate and human rights defender for the community? Did a particular incident or event, put you on that path?
Actually, the life history I was into, that's the reason behind that pushed me to be in this path. I went through a lot, as many thousands of people have been going through a lot, but I'm thankful that I didn't choose to stay silent and to be okay to be marginalized. So I chose to come out in 2017, and it was really hectic, as you say, because it's a criminal offense here, up to a lifetime imprisonment. So it took me wool myself to accept myself first and to move out on public, say that I'm this person, regardless of what the consequences that may come. I rose up. I started to use my art, especially poetry, to explain and to express myself and to express the ideas about LGBT and gender equality issues and equity. I use the art as a tool, and this is the reason why I have been sustaining for a long time without being executed. I've been using art and as a tool for advocacy for a long time, over 10 years. And I think that's at least made me push on up to this time. I have faced some of the problems. I have fled some of the areas that I've been living for sometimes. I have been followed, I've been hunted, but thankfully for the support I receive from the international organizations, from the national organizations and partners, development partners, they help a lot with us with the issues of legal assistance, the issue of safety. We have organizations like Cabinet Rio, the EU, the European Union, and other embassies that help us a lot as human rights defenders.
Mm, wow. Okay. I'm so happy that you're now safe, you're productive, and you're thriving. And I want to move on now to your incredible volume of poetry. Again, it's entitled Olives, Watermelon, and Kufiyyeh. And you wrote that in solidarity with the Palestinian people. And you gave an interview to the chanzo.com. And let me pull a quote from there. And I quote, Omary Baajun chose October the 5th, 2024 to launch his book to send a message in commemorating 1 year of the genocide and to make the world realize that genocide didn't begin on October the 7th, 2023. This narrative of pointing to one day erases the massacre and systemic oppression that has been going on for 76 years under occupation, end quote. Unpack that. Let's talk about that.
So I had this I've been hearing these stories and narratives from people that they say It is because of October 7th. It is because of October 7th. I am an historian, and other historians would agree, and other writers would agree, readers would agree that it didn't begin on October 7th. It began before that. It's an issue of settler colonization. It's an issue of apartheid, same as South African apartheid. It's an issue of illegal occupation. So if you are a reader, if you're a historian, if you're a writer, if you are a human being with a consciousness, it's easy to define this rather than bringing a narrative, an ideological narrative that the whole issue began from the 7th of October. So we do not justify about what happened in Israel. It was really bad. The Hamas attacked the civilians.
Certainly.
We do not justify about the killings. We do not justify to any person, but this should also play equally the same side to the Palestinian side. And we should also condemn, apart from condemning killing in both sides, but also condemning the occupation, which is the source of all these problems. And at the end, we need to all agree that we need two-state solutions in order to make sure every person live peacefully, equally, and they all belong the right to exist.
Well put. Well put. And describe your creative process for writing this collection. How did you start it? Give us an idea of your creative process.
I began last 2023 after the massacre, after the October 7th massacre, and I was writing poems on my social media platforms. But I thought this is not enough, because if I stay silent or I don't speak more or I don't do more, it's going to be crazy. I wrote a book because sometimes even social media, they were like censoring our posts. They don't go anywhere. Like they are censoring them. So at least a book was a good idea because it could kept in the libraries. It could go to the university. People can study. People can read. And I'm thankful I've been doing a lot of tours, a lot of programs, reading programs here in Tanzania, reading poems from the book. And we have been collaborating with different development partners to make sure everyone get the awareness about how we can go against occupation and apartheid, how we can speak up about peace building as youth, as conscious people of the world, how we can restore humanity, a shared humanity, and all that. So yes, a book was a good choice for me rather than just depending on social media posts.
Well, I must say that Olives, Watermelon, and Kufiyyeh has been getting rave reviews, has been well received. I'll ask you the cliched question. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good because I feel like I am one among the very few in Tanzania, in East Africa, and maybe Africa, who have come out louder and represent the Black community, speaking out louder for Palestinians, especially through literature and art. So I can say I'm the first poet and author to write about Palestine poetry in Tanzania and in the East African zone. So I'm very proud of it, and I feel like this is not just an end, it's just the beginning to motivate other young writers to write for peace, to write for harmony, to write for humanity. Yes.
Wow. Well, Beijun, I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Oh, Evans.
I mean, you've been so productive, and you're doing such great works. Yeah, I want to be
Thank
just like
you.
you when I grow up. Anyhow, let's chat about We're Not Criminals. That's your trilogy of short poetry films that challenges prejudice and celebrates the power of poetry to reclaim identity and belonging. And the trilogy directly addresses the experiences and struggles of the queer community in Tanzania and across Africa. So tell us about that.
So we are not criminals. It's a call for action. It's a call for resistance. It's a call for humanity. And I defy the system, the oppressive systems in Africa, especially in Tanzania and Uganda, Kenya, and all Africa, that we are criminals. So I defy the oppressive political system that we have here through art and literature. So some of the poems I have used to record from this trilogy are from my upcoming book that's called If I Want to Wake Up Tomorrow. So this book, some of them, the poems are worth, yes, the three poems from this book are what are being featured in my trilogy. So it's all about speaking out louder about our rights, defying our systems, political systems and laws existing. I'm trying to influence policy and policy change in Tanzania and in Africa. And through this trilogy, I have shown that louder. And it is from this trilogy that has made me being hunted from August, from June, because I launched it on a Pride Month, and I organized the first Pride Month in Tanzania in June, and I screened my trilogy for the first time. It was very well received. But after that, the launch and the first Pride, it was bad for my side. But hopefully, I'm very thankful to HIVOS, the EU and other development partners, include Cabinet Rio, who helped me a lot with this evacuation and all that, to make me safer, to bring me to take me to a place which is more safer and all that. So I'm very grateful for them, very loud and very proud about them. So the back to the trilogy, it has three poems, which is one in Kiswahili, Ukiwa, which means tragedy, remembering people whom we have lost in the process of in our movement, in our queer movements, because we have a lot of people we have lost as we advocate a lot of massacres in Tanzania, a lot of massacres in Uganda and all that, killings, abductions and all that. So I tried to give a tribute to this our young queer fellows, to this poem Ukiwa, which means the tragedy. But also the second poem is called Hope. Now I give people hope about our existence, that it's not over yet. We need to stand out. We still have hope, and we are still here. When we are going, we are moving. And the last poem is called Alive. It's a declaration of our existence. Now we have hope, and now we need to tell people that we are existing and we are alive, regardless who we are, regardless who you think that who we are. Like, we are still here and we're still alive. So all of these three poems in one trilogy, it's all about amplifying the queer voice in Tanzania and East Africa and Africa at large, without forgetting our fellows in Uganda. So it's all about amplifying our voices collectively. And last thing I would like to say about the trilogy, it is the first, as I said, it's the first Tanzanian trilogy, queer trilogy, to speak out louder, openly about queer rights in Tanzania. Yes.
Wow. Okay, question for you. How did We're Not Criminals change you? How did it cause your work, your mission, your art to evolve?
First, it gave me platforms, not just queer platforms, but political and policy lobbying platforms. Now I am participating louder and openly in the forums for gender equality and inclusion, strategic plans. But I'm going there because if they want to sue me, or if they want to execute me, they should give reasons why they should do that. So I'm questioning, and this is the behavior I have since a child, and now I'm raising up with it. Like I'm trying to question the government. I'm trying to question every person who comes on our side and who keeps entertaining about this the issue of criminalizing queer people. So I'm very thankful that through this trilogy, I can go spaces right now in the country, trying to engage with partners and stakeholders, trying to come up with facts. And
Mm-hmm.
now we are moving. That's why I said I founded Gender, because it's a space for dialogue, open dialogue, civic dialogue. That if it's about leadership, it's about civic rights, then we have that right too. So it's all about putting the hate aside and bring the facts and come together on the table, speak out louder with facts, and see who is right and who is wrong. So it's helped me when I need to give a reference. It helps me because I can take the sample of the work I have done and show
Mm-hmm.
my facts and points from the works I have done, the artworks I have done. So it helps me a lot, like to give reference, to show people that we can also do that without fear, but also to give other people confidence, queer people confidence to speak out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We're Not Criminals won the best short film series at Rainbow Advocacy's 2025 Our Pride Short Film Festival. Tell us all about winning that critical award. Again, how did it make you feel?
It is my first time winning the Queer Pride. Thanks so much to Rainbow Advocacy and dearest John for this award, because it gave me a hope that my work is seen. People recognizes what I'm doing, regardless where I am doing it, because I'm still on the ground, very deep on the ground. Maybe I'm not popular, but I was wondering, like, how did this work go viral and go to that extent that a person or an organization from outside the country can see it and recognizes it. So I'm very thankful, and it gave me hope. It gave me a lot of credit, and now it has given my work even more value for people to
Mm-hmm.
follow it, for people to look at it, to watch it, and to learn it, and even to emerge some dialogues and conversations from my trilogy. So I'm very thankful for this award, and thankful for Rainbow Advocacy.
Well, you know what, Beijun, that is not the only prestigious award that you have won. You have won other awards, including South Africa's African Honorary Authors Award in 2023, India's World Association of Women Warriors Global Humanitarian Award, also in 2023, the United States Kwanzaa Unity Award in 2022, and also in 2022, the Women's Federation for World Peace International Ambassador Award. That is amazing. So again,
Thank you
how
so
does it
much.
make you feel?
I'm on the same point that I'm so excited, and I'm wondering, like, how can all this happen every year? Like, people just follow my works and they recognize it. I feel it's an impact of the love I have from inside me on what I'm doing, especially from giving back to my community, especially on holding and keeping the solidarity, holding holding my people very tight, and make sure that we got together, showing the impact from the ground, putting the faith and consistency and the commitment, and even sacrificing yourself for others. I think these are the reasons that make other people from outside here recognize my work and recognize my art and recognize what I'm doing from the ground.
Mm, okay. Oh, a few minutes ago, you mentioned that you're writing a new book. It's called If I Wake Up Tomorrow.
If I
Can you,
don't wake up tomorrow.
if I don't wake up tomorrow, okay. Can you give us a little teaser about that?
Yes, Evans, I was like thinking today there is Baajun, but tomorrow there won't be Baajun, or there won't be there won't be a person there won't be this person anymore. So I want to build. So if I don't wake up tomorrow, it's a book, but also it's a movement and the reminder that Baajun is an idea, and gender hub is an idea, and we don't need to just be broken that someone is fallen, but we need to take that idea to be that idea and move on, because I have seen myself a lot of human rights defenders in Tanzania, Uganda, and in Africa are lost, are killed, are hunted, are executed, are killed. So this should be an idea. If I don't wake up tomorrow, keep resisting, keep moving, be an idea of resistance, be an idea of the movement. So it's a book as a reminder. It's a book it's a call for continuation. It's a call for sustainability. It's a call for resistance. It's a call for, like, I'm trying to tell people, like, keep moving forward regardless who is falling down today.
Powerful, poignant. I want to thank you for that. So, how can we purchase olives, watermelon, and Kufiyyeh, and where can we view We're Not Criminals?
Well, starting with watermelon and starting with We're Not Criminals, it's all available from my YouTube channel, Gender Hub. And for the book, Watermelon and Kufiyyeh, Olives, Watermelon, and Kufiyyeh, it is available on Amazon. More details are available on my social media account, Baajun Poet, Baajun underscore poet. That's where I'm posting the links about the purchases, the links about the trilogy, lot of links about my artworks, advocacy, and all that. So it's more easier if you get to my Instagram account, Baajun, Baajun, then underscore poet, Baajun underscore poet. It's easy to get more links from there.
Omary Baajun, I want to thank you so much for dropping by. Wyatt, like I said, you have given us positivity and resilience to kick off the new year, and I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. We need visibility, so thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so y'all, there you have it. You can find the official Wyatt podcast page at WyattEvans.com, the go-to destination for LGBTQ plus news, features, commentary, and entertainment. WyattEvans.com is visited by more than 100 countries on the regular. All I can say to that is, hey, baby. And at WyattEvans.com, you'll find my smoking hot, HAWT hot, Nothing Can Tear Us Apart series of novels. And as you just saw on the top, the newest installment is called Shattered. I said Shattered. And y'all, Shattered is full of action, danger, intrigue, sexually charged situations, passion, and all of the wonderful elements that you're used to in the Nothing Can Tear Us Apart series of novels. So get your new copy of Shattered. Now you can follow me, your host, Wyatt O'Brien Evans, all across social media, and poof is right there for you to peruse, like TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any comments or whatever, you can hit me up at wyattonair@gmail.com. So until next time, y'all, woof, goddammit, woof, 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 woof. I said woof.